What is up, Earthnoids and Spacenoids? I am just a simple new type, and in this episode, we are returning to Mobile Suit Gundam Katana. Last time, Ito Tsurugi joined the BGST team after the death of his father and former BGST commander. He plans on exposing all corruption. He was also able to draw the long sword. One thing I want to mention is that last time there was throwaway dialogue that says that Ito has a baby face. Even though he looks like a 12-year-old, I assume he was around 16, which was Amado's age. It never does specify his exact age. However, we know in Universal Century, 16 is a perfectly acceptable age to die for your nation. In this episode, Ito is a master with the sword, but we will learn not so good with a gun. EFF also finally captures Monte Bolettor and captures the Green Spider. So let's get into this. A man named Richard is lost after the death of Kanesada Tsurugi. They are suddenly attacked. The town of Monte Bolettor has been in a stalemate with Milan EFF forces since the end of the war. This has changed since the intervention of the BGST team and the Titans. They are about to clean house. A man in a suit comes looking for Ito. This is Richard Grayson. Yas knows this name. It is friend of former commander and the Federation Ministry of Commerce and Industry chairman, who was a secret sponsor to the BGST team. Yas is snooping on their conversation when Mangle notices Richard. He joins in on the snooping. Miss Merrill serves Richard and Ito tea. Mangle and Yas wants to know what Merrill heard, but she didn't hear anything. Miss Merrill now joins in on the snooping. It seems Ito and Richard's meeting is over. They notice that Ito is angry over their conversation. Meanwhile, Stonefield and the Titans launch a squad of Gundam Marine types led by Morgan Barge. The BGST team gets in formation. Ito tells them that the Titans are moving on Monte Bolettor and they are trying to take all the glory. The Titans are going in with full force, but their objective is to find the commander of Monte Bolettor. They move out. At Monte Bolettor, the Zeon commander is ready to show their strength to the Federation. He sends out Shuki. We'll figure it out eventually. For now, we'll be formal and call her Chief Petty Officer O'Connell. She heads out. GM Quails are taking on the base directly. Stonefield is confident that this mission will go his way and decides to eat. He is in a hover truck. Before taking a bite, he is informed that they lost contact with the Gundam Marine types and the ground units. They are taken out by a Zaku 2 Kai. The MS-06FZ Zaku 2 Kai is a renovation of the Zaku F2 type. The armor is strengthened and its armaments all redesigned so it does not fall behind the gyms. The cockpit was improved greatly to a point that rookie pilots can handle it with ease. I'm looking at you, Keith. This particular unit has the typical Zaku style head, but these units also use the B-type or Fritz helmet. Its German-inspired looks isn't just aesthetics. The lip was designed to allow pilots to pop open the hood if their unit was downed. It can be equipped with a Sturmfaust, a Heat Hawk, a Heat Sword, a Zaku Bazooka, a 120mm machine gun, hand grenades, and a shoulder shield. The Fritz Helm version of this unit was piloted by Bernie in War in the Pocket, as well as the Capital Defense Brigade units in the plot to assassinate Giran. Two gyms go in, but they are taken out by the Zaku's Heat Hawk. The Zaku shows EFF the power of the deadly Green Spider. Before attacking Stonefield's hover truck, the Striker steps in. He tells Stonefield to get out of here if he values his life. He begrudgingly listens. Stonefield says that the Titans never run from a fight. He then proceeds to run from a fight. The Zaku proceeds to throw its Heat Hawks. It is as if she is throwing 6 at a time. Yas thinks that she is a new type. She tells Ito to leave, but he refuses. They're taking this land back, and Zeon will surrender today. They engage in melee combat. Yas notices explosions going off and thinks it is a minefield. The Zaku Kai throws its Heat Hawk again. The Striker deflects them when they head into the woods, taking out 2 other Zakus in hiding. Ito tells Yas that this isn't a new type. It's just 3 mobile suits pretending to be one, while everyone is focused on the Zaku Kai. The Zakus hiding in the forest mimic the attack. O'Connell says she must protect her stepfather. Ito wonders who she is talking about. She throws her Heat Hawks, pushing the Striker back. He accidentally steps on one of the landmines. An explosion erupts. Out of the smoke comes the Striker Custom, stripped of its armor. He is also able to walk on the minefield without setting off the mines. The two rush towards each other. Ito uses the burst knuckle and explodes the left half of the Zaku. The Striker Custom's reactive armor is different from the original Striker. After impact, it explodes like typical reactive armor, but then it will shed. Once it sheds and hits the ground, it activates a secondary explosion, which helps take out the mines around the mobile suit. This seems like it would be a huge margin of error, but it's perfect anime logic. Ito attacks with the spark knuckle and knocks out CPO O'Connell. Yas notices that Ito is angry like he was earlier talking to Richard. They head out and notice a graveyard of Zakus. This wasn't done by the Titans. They notice a gym custom with the pilot looking out of its cockpit. Ito wants to know who the soldier is as he doesn't look like a Titan. That is when 3 more Zaku's pop out. They begin attacking EFF. The gym custom cuts through the remaining Zaku's with ease. The gym custom pilot has been looking for Ito. He says that he is coming with him. Back with Mingle and the rest of the BGST team, they have O'Connell as a prisoner. They are suddenly attacked, and O'Connell makes her escape towards the down Zaku that still seems to work. She says she is coming, Daddy. So anyways, back with Ito, he demands the soldier state his rank and affiliation. That is when he begins attacking Ito. They play a cat and mouse game with each other before Ito realizes all the death and destruction around them. They were supposed to secure the enemy, not kill them. What are they trying to cover up? They are at the doorsteps of the enemy. The base commander watches. The gym custom pilot tells him to come with him and learn about True Federal. The BGSD team is merely child's play compared to what they do. Within 3 years, True Federal plans on completely overhauling the Federation into something brand new. The gym custom pilot says that Ito has been chosen by Lord Spada. That is when O'Connell and the damaged Zaku Kai shows up. The base commander tells her to get out of here. The GM custom goes to kill the base commander, but O'Connell stops him. That is when Ito steps in. Since he and this True Federal claims to be changing EFF, he is arresting him for being a terrorist. The two begin fighting. He uses his custom beam saber and attaches the two, creating what is similar to a beam naginata. Also, this whole time, Yas is just watching and commenting instead of actually helping out. This seems to be a running thing with him. Ito slices off the gym custom's arm and head. The True Federal soldier makes his escape. He says they will meet again in space. As he escapes, Mingle and the rest of the BGST team meet up with Yas and Ito. They swept around the base, and Monte Bolettor is secure. Everyone is happy that the mission was a success, but Ito says it was a failure. They did not capture the base commander, and there is a group working in the shadows trying to recruit him. He takes Richard Grayson up on his deal that they discussed earlier. The team wonders what the conversation was about. He tells the BGST team that they are heading into space. They have to cancel their war games with the Nemesis team. War games between Nemesis and BGST would be an interesting one-shot. Most of the team seems to not have any zero-G training. Ito tells Richard that he is going along with his plan, but he tells him to never talk about his father in front of him. He hates his father and would have killed him with his own hands if given the chance. O'Connell is the lone survivor of Monte Bolettor. Meanwhile, on the moon, a Pegasus-class ship is offloading G-parts, including a Gundam head. The BGSD team are showing off the new Gym 2s. Ito gets in one and shows off a little bit. Everyone wants him to show off shooting one of the weapons, but he runs away claiming he needs to do paperwork. Yas mentions he never actually seen Ito fire a gun. He has just used melee weapons thus far. Mangle is stressed with all the work they have to do before leaving. That is when he notices Ito doing some target practice with some cans. He doesn't hit a single one. Yas heads into town to get some snacks, during which he opens his dumb mouth. Ito wonders if they could add one more to the list of people to take into space. Stonefield is embarrassed that BGST took all the glory, so they are going to go full fascist on Milan just to annoy BGST. That's some Flay Alistair energy right there. The same store that Yas went to get some snacks, so too do the Titans, who begin smashing up their business for selling to Xeon. Stonefield heads to the BGST base, where he demands that they hand over the Monte Bolettor prisoner. Stonefield doesn't know that Ito is the new commander. He pretends that Commander Tsurugi is out and he is acting in his name. He wants to talk to Mingle. Meanwhile, O'Connell has a tiny shank hidden in her mouth. She captures Miss Merrill when she brought the prisoner food. Yas was an idiot and yapped his mouth to the store clerk about the prisoner. Mingle comes over and tells Stonefield they don't have a prisoner and to leave. That is when Yas comes running over, yelling that the prisoner has escaped. You suck, Yas. They begin searching the base. They have to find them before the Titans do. Ito takes a car. O'Connell and Merrill disguise themselves as schoolgirls, and they head back to Monte Bolettor. She wants to find a way back to space now that she has lost her stepfather. That is when a gang of Wappas come over and casually try to traffic some children. As they go for the girls, Ito in a jeep comes over and runs over the gang's Wappas. He gets out and fights the men. One man remains, and he points a gun at him. He tells the gang member to get a real job. As his back is turned, he goes to attack Ito, but he uses his sword to take him down. You know, it's not like I want to see a child overcome his gun skills and kill a man, but I kinda was expecting a kid to learn his lesson and kill this man. Oh well. He tells a gang member that he could find a job if he put his heart into it and not be picky. He lets the man go. That man went on to put his heart in it by creating the biggest child trafficking ring in Italy. Oh well, not their problem anymore. They're going to space. Ito knew she was coming here because it is the only port to Corsica, which is the only way to get to the moon. He knows that is the prisoner's home. Ito says he will take her there, but he wants her to be a spy. She refuses. However, he doesn't want her to spy on Zeon remnants. They will handle that. He wants her to spy on True Federal. That way she could avenge her stepfather without hurting her own people. She agrees to join BGST. Some of the BGST team are staying in Italy to ensure that the Titans don't harass the citizens. If they were all to leave, the Titans would destroy Milan. The citizens and business owners of Milan wish the BGST team a safe journey. Mingle calls the Titans and says, "I'm going on a business trip for 3 days, bye." The Titans rush towards the Milan base. The shuttle has already made its departure. Throughout the past few issues, Yas has really been hung up on how people in space poop. Once the shuttle hits 0G, the first thing Yas thinks to do is to go take a poop. Priorities. They make it to Granada and head through customs. Also going through customs at the same time is an EFF soldier named Quattro Begina. And that will do it for this episode. True Federal made its presence known, but we still have no understanding of what or who they are. As it is Ito's goal to rid the Federation of all corruption, he must also find out who this EFF group is. Next time, the Red Comet makes his appearance with a Red Gundam. True Federal will also show up along with Alex Gundam. But that will do it for now, new types. Remember to never mention anything to civilians in an occupied town. Peace.